on, guys? Hope you guys have had a great week of Lent so far. Today we're going to be focusing on Romans chapter 2, verses 1 through 16. This passage basically speaks about God's judgment and how it's righteous. So it talks about just judgment in general, as far as how we judge as just humans and as Christians and how we behave in that aspect. I feel this piece of scripture especially speaks a lot of truth, because a lot of people you'll find, especially people who are atheists or people who aren't super close to the faith, they say, hey, I'm not turned off by your Christ, I'm turned off by Christians. Christians have a really bad habit of judging others, or at least that's the norm of people, how they feel that Christians perceive themselves, as far as speaking so much judgment, shoving a Bible down your throat, is just condemning you for whatever you're doing. That is not how we as Christians should behave or we should act. This piece of scripture talks about how God's judgment is the only one that's actually righteous, and we have no room to speak on that, especially as we all fall short of the glory of God. We all fall into sin. We all just fall into that sin nature that's alive in us. So especially as we move forward in this week, I would keep that in mind, especially as we speak. Let's sharpen one another and encourage one another and not discourage anybody. And we should always be willing to reach out to the outcasts. Keep that in mind, guys, that we should always be the ones that are willing to go out of our comfort zone to reach out to somebody else who's going through a difficult time in their life, even if they fall into sin, because we've all been there at one point or another. Before we knew Christ, we're living the exact same life. So let's be set apart as Christ calls us to be, and be different, and keep that in mind as we judge others and speak on others. Have a great week of worship, and have a great time just following through Lent.